Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode, the final episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, previewing your Friday, October 1st slate of MLB DFS action. Make sure you check out LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB, and download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Everything you need in the palm of your hands to build your winning DFS lineups. You can check me out on Twitter at BDentric, and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how we doing, man?
Good. It's kind of a sad day. This is coming to an end for the season, but look, April's going to be back real soon. So, the off season goes by in a snap. So, it's going to come and go quick, and we will be back for you.
Yeah, be back before you know it. So hold your breath, but maybe don't, because that's still like 3 months away, or 4 months away. But it's going to be a fun one. Appreciate you guys for listening all season. And if you miss us, we have the Pre-Snap podcast 3 days a week for you, doing your NFL DFS and betting picks and all that fun stuff as well. But for now, 14 games, because, Wrigley Field happens. But we have 14 games on Friday, October 1st, to get you into the weekend. And the one piece of advice before we start, just beware. A lot of pitchers aren't going to go deep. They're just getting ready for the postseason.
Yeah.
It's going to be goofy stuff. So
if you're playing Sunday, I mean,
I pray
God bless you. Like Sunday is going to be absolutely crazy. Some guys that you wouldn't expect to sit are going to sit. Some, it's going to be lots of bullpens throwing instead of starters. It's going to be a crazy day. So,
most definitely. We'll start things off here. Boston Red Sox at the Washington Nationals. Eduardo Rodriguez, Joe Rogers, over under 9.5 on this one. Erod 85 and 82, Rogers 74 and 85. You looking at either one of these pitchers tonight?
Yeah, I like Erod here. Some strikeout upside, so I would go with him. Not really interested in Rogers. As far as hitters go, Devers, Renfroe, JD, and Iglesias on the Boston side. On the Washington side, your boy Soto, Keibert Ruiz, Alcides, Josh Bell, and Yadiel Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't mind Erod for sure. Losing the DH isn't going to hurt. Just, he'll probably go 5 or 6 innings. Hope the strikeouts are there. I do like another Red Sox stack. This is the fourth straight lefty they get to face. So Renfroe and JD and Kiki went deep on Thursday. So get your usual suspects out there. Red Sox are very, very much in play. Erod, not a bad price tag at 85 and 82 on both respective sites. Tampa Bay Rays at the New York Yankees. We got Shane McClanahan going up against Nestor Cortez. McClanahan 97 and 96. Cortez 89 and 75. I think you can go with either guy, but at least Cortez at his price point seems to be in play for me.
100% on board with you, Bob. I like this price of 89 and 75. Kind of a secondary option more for Cortez, but I do like him. There's a lot of good pitching on this slate. Should they end up, starting? Obviously. But there's a little PVB here. Gio Urshela, 3 for 5, 2 doubles and a bomb against McClanahan, 3 for 5 for Torres with a double as well. And then, other batters to like here. Brandon Lau, Randy Rosarena, Yandy, Zunino, and Franco on the Tampa Bay side. Your usual stack of Yankees guys: Stanton, Judge, Torres, Urshela, Gardner.
Yep, I think McClanahan's interesting. He should go deep enough, but they might limit him, getting him ready for the postseason because he is one of their best pitchers. So it'll be quite interesting to see how that one plays out for Tampa Bay. So you could go back to some Yankees. Stanton and Judge are just hitting everything right now. But we saw guys like Glaber even went deep. There's options in this Yankees lineup, like you mentioned. So I'm 100% on board with that. If you're not going Nestor Cortez, though, Zunino versus lefty is always towards the top of my list when you're looking at those options. Yandy Diaz as well. But I prefer Cortez in this one. If you want to go with some Yankees, I do not hate it, especially the big dogs in Stanton and Judge. Baltimore at Toronto. We got Green going up against Steven Matz. Green's 5K on DK. No price on FanDuel. Matz is 87 and 88. I think on this slate, you can go Steven Matz because they're going to need him as long as he can go.
Yeah, you can go with Matz, and Baltimore hasn't been hitting, so definitely a secondary option, but he is pretty good. But, this is your usual Toronto stack: Bichette, Springer, Simeon, Dickerson have all been hitting. So I'd group out of those guys. A little PVB for Pedro Severino against Mats, 3 for 5 with the bomb, and he's been hitting pretty well recently. So he might be an option if you're not going with Mats.
Yeah, if you're not going Mats, Severino versus lefty, Mountcastle went deep again on Thursday, Austin Hayes. So some of those options are very, very nice. But I think Mats at his price point is worth a look. And otherwise, Toronto for sure. They need to win. They lost the Yankees on Thursday. They got to basically win out for the weekend and pray some things bounce their direction. So get the big dogs while you can in Toronto in a very nice matchup against Green and that bullpen. So stack them up, Bichette and Simeon, two of my more favorite plays on the Jays this evening. Philadelphia at the Miami Marlins. We have a pitcher's duel on our hands in this one, Bogman. We have Ranger Suarez and Sandy Alcantara. Suarez 88 and 9,000. Alcantara 10-2 and 93. Just load up on the pitching, boys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's hitting for Miami specifically. Jesus Sanchez, Jazz Chisholm a little bit. Didi Odubel and Real Muto on Philly, but I'm with you. Suarez and Alcantara. I think Suarez might be my favorite option tonight. So especially at 88 and 9,000. I love him coming off a complete game last time out. So I'm all over Suarez.
Yeah, Suarez won't be limited like some other options. Alcantara shouldn't either. Suarez, I think, much, much more upside against Miami. So I'm with you on that one. Both in play, but give me Suarez as well. New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves. Mr. McGill got moved to Friday against Huascar Yanoa. McGill 89 and 7,000. Yanoa 86 on DK. Atlanta has wrapped things up, Bogman. So this is an interesting one to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see the lineup for Atlanta, and if it's subpar, then let's go with McGill at 89 and 7,000. Just tons of K upside. So I think he's definitely in play depending on what Atlanta does with their lineup and, maybe how hungover these guys are. For sure.
What champagne does to your head, let me tell you.
Exactly. So I'm in on them for sure here, but there's a little PVB against McGill. 4 for 8 for Freddie. And that's probably about it as far as good PVB goes. But Lindor, Baez, Nimmo, Pilar have been hitting for the Mets. And then Albies, Riley, Soler, Swanson on the Atlanta side. But I don't know if any of those dudes are going to be in the lineup. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But for sure, they check the boxes. But, yeah, wait and see who all plays there. Yanoa is very, very up and down, but I got no problem. Lindor to grand slam on Thursday. Baez continues to rake. Conforto's extremely cheap, and Big Meat Pete hit 2 home runs on Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you want to go with some Mets and hope they kind of finish the year out strong, I don't got a problem with that because when Yanoa's off, it ain't pretty. Cleveland at Texas, we got Morgan going up against Spencer Howard. Morgan 73 and 78. Howard 58, 63. If you got to get weird, I don't mind Eli Morgan because there's no pitch count. But, man, Texas should be able to hit him pretty good.
Yeah, Eli Morgan is definitely on my secondary list here. But like you said, there is a little PVB here. 3 for 3 for Nathaniel Lau with a double and a bomb, not Nate Lowe. Adolis Garcia, 2 for 3 with a double. A lot of guys 2 for 3 in this lineup against him. So they were pretty good against him last time out. But Straw, Rosario, Jimenez, Chang, Miller, all been hitting for Cleveland. And then Ibanez and Calhoun added on to Adolis and Lowe.
Yeah, no, I don't mind going with Lowe. And, IKF's hitting a little bit. Willie Calhoun's been leading off for free. There's options there for sure if you want to go with some Texas action. I think Morgan, though, at his price point on this slate, he's in play. So it'll be very interesting. I like a Cleveland stack, though. Miles Straw, Rosario, J-Ram, Franmil. Somehow Franmil, FanDuel and DraftKings had him in the lineup tonight. He wasn't in the lineup. So that was fun. That was really freaking fun. So maybe he'll be in on Friday. So don't mind a little Cleveland action there going up against Howard and company. Detroit at the Chicago White Sox. We got Willie Peralta going up against Lance Lynn. Lynn's 95 and 10K. Do you think Lance Lynn goes 100 pitches?
I think he could, but
yeah, definitely.
Do we want that from him right now? He hasn't been great. So, he's always in play, especially against Detroit, but he's not one of my favorites. He's like, I have 5 guys as like first options and he's at the bottom of it. So, especially at this price, I like more hitters here. There's a little PVB. Billy Hamilton 7 for 16, 2 doubles, a triple and a homer against Peralta, which is strange. Cesar Hernandez 7 for 16, a double, and a triple against him. And then, Robert Anderson, Eloy, Sheets, Lurie, Grant Dahl have all been hitting. Scope, Badu, Cabrera, and Eric Haas have all been hitting on the Detroit side.
Detroit will be contrarian. They put up about 7 or 8 runs on Thursday. If Lynn is a short outing or has a hiccup, then Detroit's a great play if you want to go that route. I like Chicago bats. Let's see what the lineup looks like. But I think they'll at least one more game this week. They'll put out a big boy lineup before they really get ready for the postseason. So, Anderson's been playing great. Lubov's been awesome. But Sheets has been a great value that continues to rate. Grandal's been crushing it. I like a White Sox stack going up against Peralta tonight. Have some fun with that. Minnesota, Kansas City. What bats do you like?
Oh no, nothing.
Well, it's Gant and Heasley, and I guarantee you Heasley either doesn't pitch or pitches like an inning because that's all Kansas City does to us anymore. I think that's all we'll see the rest of the weekend. So
Buxton, Polanco, Garver, Arise on the Minnesota side. Salvi, Witt, and Isbell on the KC side.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I like both sides. I like the Minnesota side. Minnesota and Detroit went to Pound Town on Thursday. I think Minnesota stays hot going into the weekend. Buxton I think double donged on Thursday. Donaldson had another good game. You got the Polancos and these other guys. Minnesota's a very, very nice stack in this game against Kansas City. And on the flip side, keep going to Kansas City. Salvi wants that 50. I'm just going to throw it out there. He's going to keep swinging.
I know. So that's why I picked him today. So
yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets it either. So Salvi, Witt, Benintendi, Lopez, I think it's the game stack. Minnesota, Kansas City could be a fun-filled game stack for sure. Oakland at Houston. We got Sean Manaea, and about a half hour ago, we got a pitch and change, Bogman. We have Framber Valdez taking the bump in this one. So more fun for everybody involved. Valdez is 10-1 on DK. His price is not up on FanDuel just yet. Manaea is 91 and 92. They moved Framber up to get their rotation ready for the postseason. So I'm assuming that means that he still goes his 90-plus pitches. What do you like in this game?
I like Manaea is probably my favorite here. He was great last time out against Houston. Price is fairly cheap at 91 and 92. So I like him. Houston, there's a little PVB here. Tucker is 6 for 18 with a double and 4 homers against Manaea. Bregman 10 for 35 with 3 homers against him. 11 for 39 for Yuli with 1 bomb, 6 runs, 2 bombs for Jose Altuve. But Manaea was good against him last time. And Manaea has done, the roller coaster in his career. So sometimes he's really good. Sometimes he's not so really good. So I like Manaea here. Valdez is a fine option too, but a little pricey.
Yeah, I think Manaea's in play because, Houston, I think they've locked up their seeding as of now. Maybe you need one more win. So you might see a really interesting lineup, let's put it that way. So Manaea just dealt his last time against him. I'm not the biggest Manaea fan usually, but I think in this scenario he could come into play. If you want to go with, you mentioned the Tucker and Bregman and those guys, they have the BVP. I got no problem with that if you want to, but I think Manaea is an option if you're paying up tonight. And the A's bats...
Canna. I like Canna. He's been hot. Olsen has been
so
good.
Cold. Pender versus lefty. Go with that.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one too.
They've just been so cold though as a whole. Cubs at St. Louis. And there's one Alzolay, Hudson. Alzolay is 98 on DK. Nothing on FanDuel yet. Hudson 68 and 75. Man, we get our cheap Cub stack again.
Yeah. Look, Happ, Schwindel, Contreras, Duffy, Ortega went yard tonight. Have all been good. Bader, Golding, Nootbaar, Carlson on the St. Louis side.
Yeah, I love my cheap Cardinals. I love my cheap Cubs too, but the Cardinals, Bader's stupid cheap, Nootbaar, Carlson, maybe get some O'Neill or Goldie in there. I'll keep riding these Cardinals bats, man. They are on fire right now. So it looks like the Central Division between the AL and the NL, we might just be stacking those teams up and having some fun this evening. Colorado at Arizona. I just spoke too soon. John Gray versus Castellanos. Gray 77 and 83. I think you got to at least think about them.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona's been miserable, so not a bad option for sure. McMahon, Story, Crone, Tapia, Blackman, Diaz on the Colorado side. I mean, and our Arizona options are Calhoun and Varsho. So, yeah, you can definitely go with Gray.
Yeah, I think you can definitely go with Gray. 100% on board with that. If you want to get some Rockies bats, you can. I'm not a Castellanos fan, but I'd really want to see that lineup. Like Crone would be one of my favorite guys to look at. Maybe McMahon. He played well his last few games there in Coors. Curious to see what they throw out there. Hilliard maybe gets a good spot in the order. Will be definitely one worth keeping an eye on Friday. San Diego at the Gigantes. Musgrove, DeSclafani. Musgrove or the Padres probably come in and try to sweep us because they couldn't beat the Dodgers. So those scrubs blowing that game on Thursday or Wednesday night. What the heck was that? Musgrove's 92 and 89, Disco's 72 and 75, and on this slate, Disco is in play for me.
Yeah, I like Musgrove. So probably means just don't take bats here. So but yeah, I'd be in on Musgrove as kind of a secondary option, low ownership option type of a guy. I know he is kind of expensive, but I'm a Musgrove guy. I have been the whole year. So, and you're a Disco guy. You have been the whole year too. Yep. So, it probably just means no bats here.
Yeah, I'm not really in on the bats. If you want to fade Musgrove, I've done that from time to time, but I don't think it's a blowout game where they're on a slate of this size. You need a blowout game. I don't think this is it. So
get a little extra from those teams, when they know the other team is playing for something. They tend to try to bow up. It doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work, but especially when you're the Padres. But 2 more games on this 14-game slate to break on down for you. Remind you guys that you can check out LineStar on YouTube, on the LineStar YouTube channel. You won't see us much longer on this show, but you'll see us on the Pre-Snap podcast, giving your week review, your bets, your picks and bets, and the weekly DFS preview. So go check out the LineStar YouTube channel, subscribe, give the old thumbs up as well. And if you want to give this show or the Pre-Snap show a rate and review on iTunes, we truly would appreciate it. It would help us out in the coming seasons. All right, a couple more games, as I mentioned. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at the Seattle Mariners. Gonzalez. Suarez 62 and 81. Gonzalez 84 and 75. I don't mind Marco in this one, especially with Seattle still playing for that wild card.
Yeah, I got Marco listed as an option too. And then I'll chase Haniger, France, Crawford, or Torrens in this game.
Yeah, red hot Mariners bats. Love the Haniger play. He's expensive. But keep riding these guys. They're playing some of the hottest ball in baseball. They're the Cardinals of the American League right now.
And Fletcher is 11 for 33 with 3 doubles, a triple, and 2 bombs off of Marco though. So little PBB there.
So he's got almost half his career homers off Marco. That's impressive. That is very impressive, Fletcher. Last but not least, here we had the Milwaukee Brewers at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Eric Lauer, Clayton Kershaw. Brewers have nothing to play for. Dodgers have everything to play for. I still think Lauer might be in play.
Yeah, look, Lauer's been good, man. Yep. So I don't blame you for that. I'm not paying for either pitcher here. Just knowing, they might just limit Lauer because they, like you said, they're not playing for anything. Yelich does have great PVB against Kershaw, 9 for 18, a double and 2 homers. And Eduardo Escobar, not a good average, but he's got a couple bombs off of Kershaw as well. So, but also in this game, Adames, Wong, Taylor, Kane, and I already said Escobar, but Trey Turner, Seager, and Pollock have been the hot Dodger bats.
Yeah, if you want to keep riding the hot Dodger bats, Pollock, Seager went deep again on Thursday. Betts went deep as well. I think the Brewers bats could be fun in this one. Just throwing it out there, and they're very affordable. Adames is cheap. Escobar, Kane, Taylor. If you just want one-off, Adames has been swinging it really well, but his price tag has not gone up. I think you can get some nice value, maybe like a 2-man stack, not a full stack, going up against Kershaw on this one because no one's going to – many might not use Kershaw, but a lot won't stack against him either. So that could be a fun little spot to get some sneaky value on this slate. All right, Bogman, recapping things for tonight. Who are your pitchers on this slate?
I like Suarez, Manaea, Alcantara, Erod, and Lynn as my mains. And then secondaries, there's a lot of good ones. McGill, Musgrove, Cortez, Eli Morgan, John Gray, and Marco.
Yeah, my main looks right now would be Manaea, Cortez, Suarez. I might just go Cortez, Suarez and call it a day. Steven Matz, Erod, Marco Gonzalez. Lots of lefties on this slate. John Gray and Disco. That's probably where I'm looking right now, which means I can afford all the bats I want because none of those pitchers are that expensive. So this is going to be a wild spot. Speaking of bats, Bogman, who are you stacking up on this slate?
I think there's some stackable games. I think the Cubs game is probably the cheap Cub stack is probably my favorite. Maybe a little mini Mariner stack. Colorado against Castellanos is a solid one. KC with the couple batters that have been hot there against Gant. We love stacking against Gant. White Sox against Detroit are probably my favorites.
Yeah, Boston is a very, very strong one. Toronto is a very, very strong one. And then if Atlantis is the right lineup out there, I'm intrigued. We'll have to see how that one plays out. And then you got Cleveland is in play for sure. But the White Sox, I love. I'm a big fan there. I think KC, Minnesota, and Chicago, St. Louis could be like your value stack them up, game stack type situations. And then, you could sprinkle in the Mariners could be a nice one to see if they can stay hot. There's a lot of ways to go with this weird pitching on this slate, but those would be a few I would have circled right now. But definitely watch for lineups. It's going to get goofy the rest of the weekend. What else is goofy is giving away free swag, which we've given a lot away this year. We haven't really given away much this week, though. So let's finish with a bang here, Bogman. I'm really disappointed in myself because we didn't get a three-peat at all this season. And most of the time it was my fault because you and Humphreys would get it, and I'm just sitting here holding it. So that didn't work out too well. But if you guys are still new to this program, the home run call of the day, LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app will tweet it out. It'll be Bogman, myself, and Ryan Humphreys. If you retweet that tweet, 3 lucky people that retweet get paired up with each one of us. And if our guy goes deep, you win some free swag. So on the final episode of the year, Friday, October 1st, Bogman, who is your home run call of the day?
My favorite home run hitter. Give me Giancarlo Stanton. Let's roll.
He is crushing everything. I almost thought you were going to give an ode to Goldie for a second there.
I don't even know if he's going to be in the lineup tomorrow.
True.
So
very true. But Giancarlo will be. So that's a very, very good one there. I like that quite a bit. I am going to go to the late night, the very last game of the night. So you guys got to just wait and wait and wait. Give me the red hot Mitch Haniger. Mitch Haniger going up against Jose Suarez. He's almost got 40 home runs this season out of nowhere. You could win a bar bet with that probably. So give me Mitch Haniger. You took Giancarlo. We'll see who Ryan Humphreys takes and hopefully get you guys some free swag to finish off the season. But that'll do it, folks. That'll do it this week. That'll do it for the season. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys. Love you.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Good support, good feedback, and we look forward to hopefully doing it for you guys down the road. But for now, follow Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at Pediatric. I'm going to catch you guys later.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to linestarapp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.